Okay, let's get into this because we have a lot, obviously. I hope you brought your laundry list because we brought our laundry basket. And this all started because you posted like last week talking about hair, right? About how we go through hormone changes. We go through what?
Well, my mic needs Viagra and it keeps kind of falling down. So I've heard Viagra works that way. I don't know. But
just stroke it a little bit.
Yeah, just stroke it.
Hot, chewy.
So I wanted to send you all these recommendations, and I was like, wait, why would I DM you all these recommendations when we know there's a whole laundry list of women who are looking for the same, like we've spent thousands of dollars on hair care products. You've probably spent thousands of dollars. So we're collectively going to come together and sit down here and go through some of the best of the best and hopefully help save some people some cash.
My favorite.
We have a fun surprise. We also want to do a giveaway.
Oh, that's so cool.
So if this episode gets 100 subscribers and 1,000 views in the first 5 days of drop, we want you to share it, leave a comment, and if you leave a comment and do all that, we're going to give away a $1,000 beauty basket of some of all of our favorite products.
Oh, I have stuff I want to add to it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
I love it. I'm so excited.
I love a giveaway, right?
Gifting is literally my love language.
Right?
100, like not even
Me
joking.
too.
It is my love language.
Me
Like you give
too.
me gifts. I love the thoughtfulness behind it. I love that it's like, I love everything about it. I think it's so fun and exciting, and I just love it.
My very best friend, when she and I met, when we became best friends over a web date, like years ago, it was for no occasion. She sent me this basket of perfectly curated stuff. And it was perfect, but it was all of her favorite things, but they all carried so much meaning.
I'm listening.
I love that. I have to show you. My best friend just made me a denim jacket with all of our favorite. Like she painted the sleeves, and she put my favorite like Bible verse, and she put my favorite like Freedom Barbie on the back, and there was like all my favorite things and pins and buttons and like all the different things that were meaningful to us, and it's so freaking cool.
How long have y'all been best friends?
Well, I have two best friends in my whole entire life.
I do too, and neither one of them is painting me a damn thing, so they need to step up.
Well, she taught my son in BPK when he was like 4, and now he's 10. And so we didn't talk for a while. And then when I started getting into makeup and sharing online about like 2.5 years ago, like she connected, she wanted the makeup that I had. And ever since then we've been like inseparable. Now she's like my personal assistant. She helps me with literally everything. She's my right hand. I love her. She's amazing.
So you want to paint a denim jacket is what I'm to understand?
What?
All right.
I have to show you. It is so cute.
I'll level up my gift giving.
Okay.
All right, Mackenzie, we're going to start with hair products. Are you ready?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I don't know if you're ready for this. Okay. So the first thing I want to recommend to you, all right, because I feel like you and I probably have pretty similar hair. Is it fine, but you have a lot of it?
My hair is, yes, fine, but a lot of it. But as I've gotten older and as I've lost a bunch of weight, I lost a bunch. And so now I have extensions, and it's a whole hair journey.
Right.
Oh, it is a hair journey.
It's a hair journey. Absolutely. So like what? Probably 18 months ago, Kristi had been fighting with her hair forever because her hair's naturally curly, right?
Girl, it is kinky.
Like curly. And I said, why do you keep fighting that? Why do you keep getting all these straightening treatments? Let's just go find somebody.
It.
Right. But we need to go find somebody that specializes in curly hair. So we took a little journey to, the other side of Houston, and we found a guy whose name is Curls by Charlie. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, girl, we've got work to do. So he sat her down. He did this apple cider vinegar rinse. He did all of these different products. And he's like, let me teach you how. And now there's all kinds of people on YouTube teaching hair journey if you have curly hair. It's a different process. But I have to tell you, one of the products, and this is my top recommendation for you, Mackenzie, is he gave this recommendation, and it's called, this one's empty, Curly World. It's called Sham-Free Hair and Scalp Cleanser. It's the Detangling Detox, okay?
Oh, is that a clarifying shampoo?
No, it's like a shampoo lotion, so it doesn't suds, okay?
Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
Sulfate.
Right.
So Charlie did say, he's like, look, the reason that shampoo suds, they put whatever in there to make
Sulfate.
people feel like they're getting a lot.
Yes.
He said, but you don't need it
don't need
to
to
sud.
Right.
Right.
Same with
So
your
what-
skincare. Same with your
Right.
cleanser, your face
Right.
cleanser.
Exactly.
So what's crazy about this is I started using it too, I don't even know why, just because it was in the shower, honestly. Within 2 months, I had gone to my hairdresser and she was coloring my hair and she's like, "What are you doing to your hair?" And I had noticed it was like starting to kind of grow in those patches kind of right here in the front where you notice the hair loss first. And I said, "Well, I'm using this non-sudsing shampoo that the curly guy recommended for Christy." And she goes, "You have more new hair growth than cancer patients who are recovering."
Wow, that's
And I was like,
incredible.
"You're crazy. Seriously?" My hair grew probably 6 inches within a couple months.
Holy crap.
Now, what's really crappy, and this is a big indicator too, is we changed water sources and the new water supply had rust in it and
Yep.
copper.
It's
and
a hard
I did
water.
Right. Well, this wasn't doing a great job of like pulling heavy metals out of my hair, even though it was doing the cleaning job. And so even though my hair was growing, it was thick. It was the best my hair had ever been. All of a sudden, within a couple weeks, the whole bottom 6 inches disintegrated and started breaking off and falling out. And I was like, "What happened to my secret sauce?"
Yeah.
And so I went back to the hairdresser and she's like, "Baby, you've got hard minerals in your water. You've got to add an hair filter or a water filter to the shower." So that's a big, huge like thing too, is like, if you're going to do this, you have to double up and just, if you're going to use a shampoo like this, that's going to contribute to hair growth, you also have to use, now we use this metal detoxing shampoo, which I don't know if I put that in here.
I want to
But-
know about that. 'Cause
Right?
I think my water's a little bit hard too.
Oh, and the filter we got. So we're gonna do our best to try and have most of all of these products linked on an Amazon store by the time this episode drops, to make it easier and more convenient for people to one-click shop, right?
Yeah, but this stuff is harder to find than Osama bin Laden on vacation.
That's true story. That you have to get on the website.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what's your favorite shampoo?
Okay, so my favorite that I've been using is I switch it up back and forth.
Right.
So I use the Redken Acidic Bonding Concentrate. This has been a game changer for the softness and the texture of my hair. And it's done amazing. Like when you get extensions, like I have blonde extensions, and when you get extensions, they're really soft and they're perfect and they're, it's perfect hair. And when you put it against mine, it's like really frizzy. And so now my real hair
Right.
is now like soft and shiny like the extensions. And so I use the conditioner and shampoo, and then it also has the liquid mask, the 5-minute liquid mask.
We
And you
know
just you put it on your hair like every other time or every other 2 times you wash your hair, which I only wash like every 3 to 5 days. And that does a really good job of keeping it really
Which is
soft. I use that a
same.
lot on the ends.
But wait, what's really important? We both live in 95% humidity places. Florida and Texas, and that if you can go every 3 days, that says a lot about your hair, that it's healthy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about before you started using this, but when my hair was most unhealthy, I almost had to wash every day because it was constantly producing more the dirt, the bad things, and it would get drier on the ends. And
Well, I want.
When I switch off, I use the Bumble and Bumble Repair
Yes.
shampoo. I switch
Ooh.
off between those two. This one's a little bit more, I think it's a little bit more moisturizing or hydrating. I noticed that I have to wash my hair a little bit more often with this because it gets a little bit, like maybe a day sooner.
Yeah.
It seems a little bit more oily, less shiny, more oily. But I do notice that when I switch them off, my hair seems to respond a lot better. But when you have like if your hair is super greasy and you wash it every day because you're like, oh, the grease,
Right.
you have to train your hair. So if you
do.
can go 2 or 3 days, let your hair be greasy and then wash it, and then let it be greasy for 2 or 3 days and then wash it little by little. Every time you wash, you're stripping away that oil. So your body's like, oh, got to produce more. So the more you wash it, the more oily it's going to be. So if you
Right.
want to train your hair, don't wash it as much. I promise you. Same thing with your skin.
Right. No, for sure. I totally believe that.
I mean, wash your face every day, but you know what I mean? Like if you're oily, use more hydration.
Well, I want to know, tell me about your extensions, because I've never had extensions. What kind of extensions do you get?
So I have 22-inch. They're called Covet in Maine is the brand. And they're just so.
Is that the one that you had?
It didn't last in my hair 3 days.
they're sewn in wefts, and they just
Right.
there's 2 rows of them, and they just like they blend in really pretty into my hair. My girl's like an extension queen, and she does a really good job, and it blends really nicely, and I just love them. They're very comfortable. They're not as heavy as I thought they would be, but I have the 22-inch, like the long ass ones.
And you've
But
had them for how long?
I guess just over a year now. But my hair was really, because I started losing weight and I started getting older and hormones, and my hair was breaking off at the ends. I couldn't get it to grow past a certain length. And now that I'm like really babying my hair, because I'm babying the extensions because they're friggin' expensive.
Yes, they are.
But I noticed that like the more I baby it, and I'm using less heat. I'm working on really like fewer ingredients, but more heat protection, less heat as often as possible. And so I'm really and it seems to be working a lot.
Okay. Well, here's another recommendation then for growing your hair long, because this has been a game changer too, I think. This is the L'Oreal. Have you seen this? The Pro Longer series? Yeah. It's freaking amazing.
Really?
So it's got, amino acids in it. It's like the professional series, but they sell it at Sephora. So this is the Pro Size shampoo. This is the Pro Size conditioner, which is a little bit smaller, 750 milliliters versus 500. But then there's an extra additive that we've started using in between, which is this metal detox by the same brand. It's the L'Oreal Professional.
Is that the stuff you were talking about?
Well, this is one of them. This is like, basically, this is kind of like a pre-conditioner. And so after you shampoo, you go in and you put a bunch of this on, and it suds up. But what it does is it kind of
Lose the film.
Yeah, it kind of leaves the film, but it basically protects your hair from absorbing anything it's not supposed to. So free radicals, stuff out in the elements, sun exposure. It just really...
Because we're always out in the sun, picking our vegetables.
My biggest concern is silicone. Like, if usually a lot of products, they say, oh, they soften your hair. That's because it's wrapped in silicone, which obviously isn't good for your hair. So what I'm curious about the ingredients, and like, is there a lot of silicones in it? And I don't know much about like hair care and stuff, but I have learned a lot about silicone. And that is one thing that like, I'm someone who hates gimmicks. And so the more you read, it's like, oh, don't use this product because it has this, and and so I find myself getting stuck. And so if like, I love that you guys are recommending products that you've actually used and actually
Oh,
liked.
yeah. Obsessed with. Okay, so the directions, it says, this light textured conditioner, which slightly foams after emulsion, is quickly absorbed by the fiber to intensely fortify it. Coated, the fiber is protected from particle deposit and the hair is shinier. It does make your hair super shiny.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I do the shampoo, and then I do this stuff as like the light conditioner in the middle, and then I do this, and this is the Pro Longer conditioner.
I want to
and
try it.
It's been freaking amazing. Love it. Oh, here's your stuff.
I have to tell you, well, neither one of y'all have curly hair, but I mean,
My hair's
literally,
pinned straight.
I mean, I had somebody ask me last week if I was mixed.
Really?
Yeah, my hair's that.
Girl's
my
got
hair-
some curly hair.
My hair is that curly. So there was a company that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, no, they sent you that. They sent that to
They
you.
sent it in PR, and it's called Jessie Curl. And I know this falls flat on both of you because you don't have.
But no, truly, of all the different product styling tools for anybody that's listening that has curly hair, we've tried the Lust, you've tried Curly World, you've tried Jessie Curl, you've tried. I feel like all the brands are kind of coming out with their own variation of curl
curls.
formulations.
Because they've seen people like me. Look, I did extensions on top of my curls. I did the Covet in Maine, which is considered the premier, the Rolls Royce of extensions, just to try to lay on the curls to see if maybe. So I would have it shoulder length, but I just wanted it to lay on the curls, so maybe people didn't see them. I don't know why. I've fought these curls my whole life.
I don't know, but this product, they have a whole, it's a system, and there's like 8 products, and it kind of depends on what kind of wave you want for the day.
But Jessie Curl is game changer.
And you can tell that it's formulated in a really natural way, just honestly by the smell of it. Like, it's all kind of like herbaceous.
And it's interesting that like when you have curly hair, you want straight hair. When you have straight hair, you want
Right.
curly hair every time.
I mean, I just remember like being like 4 years old and watching the Brady Bunch, and those girls had like the long, silky, straight hair. And there was some episode where she took an iron and like ironed her sister's hair, and I was like, I want a sister and an iron. I didn't get either, but I wanted that so
We
bad.
did used to lay down and iron our hair flat.
Right.
You did?
Yes, we laid down and I put our hair flat on the table, and we would literally put a clothes iron over
Right.
it to straighten it. That's what we did.
I wanted to do that so bad and just sit up and that it was like straight and shiny or look like a paintbrush. You know, those girls that I went to school with had that shiny, long, straight. I wanted that so bad.
I know. We all want what we can't
Right,
have. Like,
right.
I always wanted
100%.
big boobs and a smaller butt.
Right.
What did you say to me this morning? You wanted to take
Oh.
something out of your lips and.
Well, these lips are mine. And I constantly have people that are going, oh, where do you get your lips done? Have you ever seen my lips look any different in 20 years?
Well, the thing about it is you pull up pictures from when you were like 15, 16. You have the same lips, and your nervous habit was to chew on
To
your
chew
lips.
on my lips.
she's got-
So I've
I
got
do
one.
that. I
I
do
have
that
a
so
lump
bad.
on one side that's scar tissue that's never going to go away.
I'm always,
Yeah, exactly.
It makes
I
you bigger.
can't help it.
Right. Yep. So I said, if I could just transport a little bit of fat out of my lips and my boobs and put it from the waist down, I'd be perfect.
My husband, he's an ass man. He could care less about boobs. He's an ass man. So take all my lips and put them in. I'm just kidding. I don't have any lips.
Yeah.
These are. I get my lips done. I get my lips plumbed.
I get my lips done too. I have no shame in talking about, there's
I
certain
don't
things
either.
that-
I think there's certain things that just make you feel prettier, and I think you should do it. I don't care. I think people talk poorly about like, oh, getting your face done, and it's like, girl, do what makes you feel good. Who gives a crap?
Right. Right.
Well, and quite honestly, while we're on the subject of face stuff, I have to say, because we were just talking about it this morning, I had a plastic surgeon. I had acne so horrifically. That's actually how I learned to be a makeup artist, was just trying to
Really?
cover my acne scars.
No
And it
way.
was cystic. I had it until my mid-30s, so just up until 5 years ago. But learning how to cover it, all the things to do. But I had basically a hole in my chin where the acne scars had eaten away at my tissue. And so, like, you could feel
Really?
you could feel my tooth just by touching my skin. And so I had gone to a doctor, and he's like,
What?
he's like, oh, we'll put filler. Well, then I went to go see another doctor who was a better plastic surgeon, and I was crying in his office, and I said, I just feel like my whole bottom of my face is kind of fallen out. And he goes, stop putting filler in your face. And this was, I don't know, probably 7 years ago now. And I said, what am I supposed to do? And he said, filler's going to stretch you out, right? And what happens when you stretch is you have to keep putting that in. He
Yeah.
said, the biggest favor you can do for yourself is either let me dissolve it or let it dissolve on its own. He said, but start doing things that contribute to your own natural collagen production. So you want to focus on things like Sculptra, which promotes collagen growth. You want to focus on, PRP, PRF, anything that's going to promote your body's ability to grow it on its own versus doing filler. He's like, the only place where filler is going to be an added benefit is the lips.
Wow,
So
that's so interesting.
just the 2 cents from the doctor. I feel like the knowledge has been, as we've watched kind of some plastic surgeons talk about skincare and filler, like, you eventually get to a place where you don't have anywhere else to put it. And so you're actually stretching the skin.
I love the idea of filler because of the plumpness. But do you have any recommendations for plumpness and youthfulness? I can't stop. For plumpness and youthfulness that doesn't require fillers. For anybody who doesn't want to get fillers.
Oh, absolutely. I love a microneedle pen.
Oh, I love microneedling and cool peel. I just had a cool peel done last week. I love it. It really does make a
Okay,
difference.
remind me what the cool pill is.
The
Well,
cool peel- oh, sorry, go ahead.
no.
Is it
No.
hurts?
You go ahead. Because it was like, what, your third time getting it done, right?
This was my second time. So you do it in treatments of 3, and they're 6 to 8 weeks apart, and then after that you do it just once a year. But the cool peel is basically like a laser. So you numb your face, you put the numbing stuff, let it sit for a while, and so you can't really feel it, but it still stings a little bit, but not really. But it's basically a laser, and it just burns the whole, like, all of your skin, and so you look like you got burned. And so it basically turns to like, you know how when you burn hair and it has like that crispy end to it, your face kind of looks like that for about a week, and then on day 7 you exfoliate it all off, and it is baby butt smooth. The darkness has gone down, and the more you do it, the more you keep up with it, the better results you get. The texture is better. It's really great, and I recommend it to anyone. I think it's so I just feel so much more luminous. And
Now, does it change the texture of the skin,
Yeah.
or it just makes it?
it softens the texture, so it's not so. It's just so much smoother. It's
Is it for
really
like
nice.
discoloration too?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
if you have
It'll get to
spots?
that. Like the melasma that I
Yes, I have it too.
The melasma I achieved when I gave birth. And
Yeah, exactly.
my
People
son
don't
saw my-
understand that, and it comes actually after your child's born.
Yep,
Mine
wow.
came within a year or so after my daughter was born, and in my cheekbones, I started thinking. I would look at pictures from the side, and I was like, "Did I just not blend my makeup? Why is it so brown on my cheeks?" And because I'm pretty pasty. I haven't seen the sun since about 1984.
Well, a lot of people struggle. That's the year I was born. A lot of people struggle with that. Like,
Oh
they
my
struggle with-
God!
I hear a lot of that from ladies. Like, my makeup looks muddy, and a lot of times, number
Right.
one, your contour can be too cool or too ashy, but number two, that melasma can make it look dirty. And so that's where, like, being a makeup artist and using the makeup that I use, and I know the color correctors, and you can cancel all that out. And so that's where I've really enjoyed, like, helping women learn how to kind of camouflage those things a little bit.
Right. Cool. Oh, okay. So we have a question from
Do
the
they
audience.
still do that winter, summer, spring? You know? Or
Yeah, like what's one of the ways that you tell if you're cool or you're warm?
Well, I'm always hot. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, I sleep with it on 65 degrees.
They say if your veins are green and you look better in gold, you're warm, and if your veins are blue and you look better in silver, you're cool. But I'll be completely honest with you. I've been doing makeup for like 15, 17 years, something like that. I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, I'm with you. I don't know.
I'm of the mindset though. I like what you're saying because when I worked at the Nordstrom makeup department, that was one of my go-tos. Is always like, where do you feel like you fit better in jewelry? Do you gravitate more towards gold jewelry or do you gravitate more towards silver jewelry? Because I feel like that's something that's an easy question for women to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And if they say silver, I tend to go more towards like cool shades, like doing blacks versus browns or one of those things. I feel like everybody tends to look great in jewel tones. And, like...
jewel tones bring out, like, any skin tone.
Right.
Literally any skin tone.
Right. But, and I feel like a big thing with makeup, too, is, like, people forget that your face is multidimensional. And so you think, oh, I'm only supposed to put this here. I'm only supposed to put this here.
Yes.
But if you look at, like, a baby, where does a baby flush? Like, a baby flushes a little bit here, a little bit on their eyelid. So it's okay to go in with your blush and put a little pop of that pink on your eyelid and just marry the whole face together so you don't look like you're walking around with 2 blobs of beet juice right on your cheeks.
Yeah.
But makeup artistry is a whole... There's no makeup in this laundry basket today, kids.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why women are intimidated by makeup, because they're like, well, I don't know what colors to use for me and whatever. I have a quote, and it's a quote. It's mine. I put it on merch. It says, your confidence walks into a room before your makeup does. So literally wear whatever you want.
Exactly.
And it's like if you have blue eyes, orange is opposite blue on the color wheel, so orange makes blue pop. But if you have blue eyes and you want to wear green eyeshadow, friggin' wear it. That smile, that glow that you get it's a lot that has to do with your confidence. So don't be intimidated by colors or feel like you're wearing the wrong colors. If it makes you feel pretty, I don't care if you look like Mimi from Drew Carey. She looked crazy, but she freaking owned it.
Yes, she did.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's kind of my stance on it.
Well, in practicing, like there's nothing that says you can't sit at home, practice, take your selfie, go outside, take your picture out in the sun, take your picture in different settings, change.
Explore your makeup.
Don't wear it out if you don't feel comfortable that day, but start to feel comfortable in your own skin by yourself, wearing it and just practice. That's how I got to be a makeup artist. Now I can go to a wedding on a weekend and make $1,000. Right. Do $1,000 wedding, but it was just by practicing on myself.
I sat on surveillance for hours and hours and hours and hours for years and years and years.
Right.
So you practice and you get better at it.
But one of the things I want to talk about too before we get away from skin texture. Oh, I know you want to talk about that.
I love this.
Have you used the Zio exfoliating polish?
No, but I do love that. I do use their cleanser and the
Yes.
moisturizer and the skin firming serum.
Yes.
Yes. Anything by Zio.
I use everything Zio.
Everything Zio.
Really?
Like yes.
I love them. Okay.
I do have a Zio product in here today. I'm out of the
I have to
exfoliating
tell
polish.
you that there's not too many things. Look, if you ever need a phone a friend for math, I'm not your girl.
No, same. Don't call me.
If
Do not.
right, if I'm trying to think, what else do you need that I'm probably if it's any outdoor aerobic activities, I'm not your girl.
Right, but if you need to know what caliber bullet, what kind of gun to buy, that's
Well,
call
yeah.
Christy.
Yeah.
You
Or-
call me your Christy for that. Look,
Exactly. But I have to say, I just turned a few days before you. We have almost the same birthdays, but we're 14 years apart. I am 54 years old. And I
would never
hardly
know.
have, I bet you, I don't have 2 wrinkles on my face.
No, you don't.
Yeah. But I also slathe on. I have been living in sunscreen before when it looked like Colgate toothpaste, when it was just Bullfrog. Because
that's so I never wore the sunscreen. I was like, listen, I'm a big girl, and if you can't tone it, tan it. And so, like,
right?
tan fat looks better than not
Exactly.
tan. So I would go outside and just tan me Jesus. Just tan me Jesus. I don't want no SPF. And now I'm trying to reverse the damage. So y'all use your SPF because I'm telling you.
Yeah, no.
I had a similar thing because when I was super heavy, when I was 220 pounds, I used to say, if you can't lose it, decorate it. So I would come in the most
Girl, yes.
flamboyant outfits like you'd ever seen because you're not going to focus on the cellulite on my thighs because my outfit's that loud.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like you two are like kindred spirits.
Yeah.
I think so too.
84, you know.
Yeah, 1984. It's y'all's year.
Yeah.
But I do have to say that this,
Yes, that.
I never thought, because was a hairdryer girl, and I used to do my hair with a big round brush, and because I knew I wasn't going to get it straight. And look, if somebody says, oh, I have a cowlick there, I have 800 cowlicks on my head. So, I mean, the curls are everywhere. It doesn't matter how straight, how anything. I could sleep on it flat with it wet, or it's going to curl up the second I walk outside. And I never thought, when somebody's like, do you have a diffuser? And I was like, no, why would you have that? I want it 1800 degrees and I want smoke coming off my hair whenever you.
Yeah, she's like, if you don't put product on it and you can't, if I can't see a flicker of flame coming off the end, it's not hot enough.
It's not hot enough. And I have to tell you, so this thing I put on my head, when I'm drying my hair, it just blows air. It's not heat. It's not damaging. So you can put your conditioner on underneath this. You can, in other words, my hair's wet. Maybe I'll set it.
Well, because
with
you
pins.
have the Dyson blow dryer too, right?
Yes.
That's your go-to.
it.
So you don't use this with that. This
No.
is the separate one. So, okay, so when Christy does her hair curly, have you ever seen one of these?
No, it looks like
So-
a sex toy.
It does look like a sex toy. It's not.
This
you
lady
could, I suppose.
invented it. And
They
yeah,
do
moving
have-
on.
They do have labels on the curling irons that say this is only for external use, and I just want to know who did something.
Oh,
not-
we'll get one of my best friends who used to work in the ER and we can get some stories on that for you.
She doesn't. Mackenzie doesn't know my sex toy lube story.
oh,
Oh,
boy!
God. Okay. We'll put all the toys in the basket. You want to tell that story?
Well, it's short and brief. I thought that I didn't know how it got started, but I saw
On Amazon.
on Amazon it just in big Acme letters, toy cleaner, and I thought,
I have a toddler.
I have toddler. That is brilliant. You just spray it on their toys, because when your little boy was little, weren't you constantly wiping down things because they bring all kinds of diseases home from play school, preschool. So I was constantly Lysoling and wiping everything down. So I thought, that's brilliant. You just spray it on all the toys after their friends, play with it or whatever, once a week, and then all the germs go away. So that was all the investigating I did. So I thought, if I order this,
My love language is gift giving.
so my fancy private school that my child goes to will certainly appreciate this. So I sent 12 dozen, which is 144 bottles.
Oh my God.
Well, it's on the back. You don't see that on the front of the product. They don't say it anywhere in the description on Amazon. It's sex toy cleaner.
Oh God.
And I sent it to a Baptist school.
Oh my God. Oh
I
my God.
cried so hard I couldn't even muster I couldn't even drop my
Yeah, but
daughter off in
weren't the-
carpool line. I
Weren't the
was so,
teachers lesbians, maybe?
Yes, and her 2 teachers were
I mean,
lesbians.
maybe they just thought you're being thoughtful.
My God.
I was horrified. Because at that point, they'd already had it 2 or 3 weeks by the time I looked at
By the
my
time
bottle.
you knew what happened?
What?
By the time you realized what
By
happened?
the time I realized what happened, and they're wondering, why is Sinclair's mother sending us 10 gallons of sex toy cleaner? I said, just one of my blonde
Just one of your moments.
Yeah.
But
Oh
anyways,
my
getting
God.
back
I
to
would've
this toy.
Abba-
Yeah, Abanachi.
Abanachi. And so this lady invented it.
So basically what you do with this thing, so after you put, for curly girls, and honestly, if you have straight hair and you want to have curly hair one day, this would be a great tool for you to use too.
And it doesn't hurt.
So you put your products on, you put your leave-in, you put on your gel. So then you take this guy and you lace it through the hair, you pull it up, and you just start to twist it. And so it grabs hold of that hair and it curls it for you. Then we just go in with metal pins, and pin the hair in place. Then use this guy. And I like this diffuser because it doesn't have multiple heads that are going to fall off. You got to interchange. And it was, I think it was like $38. It's by Bedhead. And it's got just your
I
regular
like
settings.
That brand. I like
I
that
do
head a lot.
too.
Yeah.
And then you just go in and you diffuse it. But if you don't have time to diffuse it and you want to do something else, that's where this thing comes into
this
play.
bad boy comes
So you
in.
can fix this to the end of your Dyson, put that on, and what did you say? You had it on the other day for like 40 minutes. I said, I think your hair's dry. And you said, yeah, but it's soothing me. She was
So
rocking.
this is legitimately self-care, okay?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do with your free time?
I love it.
Who's this by? Hold on. But I feel like, yeah, if you wanted to put a treatment on your head, like a deep conditioner
hair
and have it
drying
get
bonnet.
warm. But
Grant Eva. GrantEva.
yeah, but freaking awesome. And I think it was like, what, 15?
Yeah.
Like, no big deal.
It cost a lot of money to look this cheap.